Hello and welcome back to the Hungry House Husband. Today I have for you a spicy New Orleans shrimp. Now, when I say spicy, it's as spicy as you make it. I added a bunch of peppers and some pretty spicy hot sauce into it. But with all the ingredients scrolled across the screen, let's get going. So we'll begin with an oven-safe skillet over a medium heat, and we're going to go ahead and add our butter and our olive oil to this. And just let the butter melt. Make sure you get the bottom of the pan nice and coated. We don't want anything to burn here. We are just going to try and get some of these spices to open up. This is going to be the basis of our marinade. Now into this marinade, I'm going to go ahead and add in my sweet chili sauce, along with the Worcestershire sauce, then the chili powder, the liquid smoke, the paprika, the dried oregano, and for heat, I add in some El Yucateo habanero hot sauce. I got it at Tom Thumb, but lots of places have it, including Amazon. And now that most of the kids are in the pool, we still have to add in the garlic and also the chopped serranos. Now, of course, the serranos and the habanero hot sauce, completely and totally optional. I also am going to add in a little bit of cayenne here in a second, but I just want to stress, if you're not into super spicy or heat, then absolutely do not worry, do not stress. You still get the flavors of Nolans and the Cajun shrimp, just without the effect of having it try to burn your tongue off. So there go in the serranos, and the little bit of cayenne I added, just about a teaspoon or so, was just enough. And when I ate this, it was perfect. So once we've let this kind of linger in there a couple of minutes, stir it every once in a while, but just 2 or 3 minutes is as long as it needs to go. Go ahead and add in your stock. Now I ended up adding 1 whole cup of seafood stock, just because I like to have all my shrimp marinating at the same time, and the liquid certainly helps with that. But also, it will turn into a broth as it cooks, and it gives you something to sop up some bread with. You know what I mean? It's not real good Cajun food if you don't have a piece of crusty bread to dip your sauce in. So that's basically why I did that. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to bring it up to a simmer, and then turn the heat back down a little bit. We're only going to let it simmer about 5 or 10 minutes maybe, and there's all that cayenne I was telling you about. It doesn't have to go terribly long. We're not trying to evaporate it or thicken it or anything. We just want all these spices and flavors to mingle together. Once that is done simmering, go ahead, kill the heat, take it off the burner, and let it cool for a few minutes until it's no longer hot. Once it is, then we'll go to the next step. So here I have my 1 pound of shrimp, freshly deshelled and cleaned and washed, and I'm going to go ahead and add the marinade right over the top of them here, and then give them a good stir. You want to make sure everything's hitting marinade, everything's coated in the marinade, At this point, we're going to then stick it into the fridge for a minimum of 30 minutes, but up to 4 hours. This is basically the longer you leave it in, the better it's going to taste. But in a pinch, 30 minutes is fine. I also stirred it up again about halfway through. I went the entire 4 hours plus a little bit. So, yeah, just give it a good stir, make sure everything gets coated. Alright, so we've preheated our oven to 400 degrees. You can see all our shrimp here in the marinade. I just poured it straight from the bowl into the pan. And we're going to go ahead and toss it in that oven for 10 to 15 minutes until done. And there you have it, Nolan style spicy shrimp. I served this along with some rice and again some crusty bread. I used a jalapeno cheddar artisan bread just because it's what I had on hand, and I always find baguettes a little tough to chew. But there you are, nice sauce with it. This whole recipe should make 2 servings. This is probably 1.5 servings here on the plate. The spice that came with the way I made it was perfect. It was hot, but it wasn't like I'm going to die, I need something to drink hot. It was just that pleasant burn that you get from certain spicy peppers. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly enjoyed making it. My wife wished that she could eat it, but 1, she can't chew, and 2, shellfish allergy. But aside from that sweet bliss of torturing her while I ate it, it was definitely a pleasure to cook for you. Until next time, may your life and your food always have flavor. Bye-bye.
Oops.